I can only speak to mine, yeah, don't know that I would paint a broad brush and saying, all the religions have that perspective. But what is nice to see is that evangelicals, and again, to be kind of frank here among friends, I suppose, is that he said they were kind of a little bit late to the game, and part of that has to do with politics and what have you. But again, one of the things that I would say that's nice is I think you are seeing a trend now that some of the denominations or some of the organizations in the past that would have towed that very line are now actually open to the discussion that religions, not only can we do more, religions need to do more. Mm-hmm. Right? They have, the onus is on them to actually try and exert more effort. So I think one thing I will mention from my perspective as a Muslim is that, we do believe in the Quran that God says that everything He created praises God in its own way. So the idea of, from our textual perspective, that man having dominion over it, that's not something that's really been supported by our spiritual tradition specifically. But again, I can't speak for all of them.
And I'll say that also in that line of man having dominion over things, the Hebrew is Le'ovda l'shomra, is to sort of guard and protect, or to watch over and protect, and so it's been translated differently in different translations of the Torah, of the first 5 books of the Bible. So I also think that it's definitely, that hasn't been the only way it's been read in Judaism, and similar to what you said, there are many texts around. It then goes on to talk about the role that Adam in the garden has in naming all of the animals and in caring for them. There's all different stories that surround even that very early first story about the relationship and a relationship of caring and responsibility that existed, and many more about how each part of creation has its own prayer, its own song for God, its own way of connecting, and that in fact, if we didn't have the Torah, if we didn't have the Bible, we could learn everything we needed to know just by studying the world around us, by studying all of creation. That each part of it has a particular lesson to teach. The one I remember off the top of my head is that we learn humility from the ant. But that there's actually a whole book that lists all different kinds of animals, and from every single one,